Hey everyone, welcome back. In part 9 of this series, we'll be looking at how we can navigate between the pages, the login and the sign up pages that we've built. And this is something that you'll do a lot when you're building your apps. So let's get into it. So what we want to do is to enable the user to be able to go back to the login page if they need to. So they arrive on the sign up page, they need a link that will say already have an account, click here. So they come to the sign up page but they've already got an account, they can quickly click on it and go to the login page. Fairly standard stuff in sign up and login pages. So at the moment we've got a login page and we've got a sign up page. So from our sign up page we then want to navigate to the login page. So let's see how we would do that. So we've got our section here where we've got a button and our two spans to display the success and error message if we need to. So we'll add it into here as well so it will appear beneath the button. So what we'll do then is we'll click on the div and we'll say I to add a element, and what we'll do is we'll actually use the link, or what we call the hyperlink element. So we can see what Nodecraft says about it. Defines a hyperlink to link to another page or resource. So let's add that in there, and we've got a little text link here where we can just put in what we want that to display. So we can say already have an account, click here. We can say click here to log in or something like that. Okay, we'll make it a little bit smaller, it doesn't need to be as big as that. So we'll go to styling, and here we go. In the font we can just say that we want the size to be, let's say font size, we can say small, that's fine. Okay, and what we can do here on the actual link, when we click on the A, which is essentially a hyperlink, we can go over here to attributes, and then under href, the href attribute, we can actually tell it where we want to link that to. And so the page we want to link it to is to the login page. So we do /login. So let's give that a go. We'll actually do that in the main preview in a browser. So we'll do this. Okay, already have an account. Let's click on that. Yeah, and that's great. It takes us straight to the login page. So this doesn't really look at the minute much like a hyperlink because nothing happened when we moused over it. So if we go back, we do get the little hand icon, but we didn't change color. We didn't get the underline that we would normally expect. So let's change that again. Come over here in styling, and what we'll do, we can add a hover style so that when the user hovers, move their mouse over that link, then we can change its styling. So we did something similar previously where we focused on the input box, but this time we're doing it on the hyperlink itself. So if we come over to here and we say that we want to add a new style, and under pseudo classes we get one for hover, so let's select that. And so we want to change the color of the text when they highlight it, so let's use our standard blue 600 color here, and let's underline it as well. So under text we can drop this down by mousing over that arrow. Okay, and then we've got decoration, so let's click on that, and then I'm going to say line I want underline there, okay, to decorate the text. We see what it's done. If we click on default and then over hover, we can kind of see what effect that we're going to get. Let's go to our tab and refresh that. Okay, and now we get this effect, so that looks more like a hyperlink there. Okay, so let's do the same thing to get from our login page to our sign up page. So what I'm going to do, rather than do all of that again, I'm actually going to copy this hyperlink, this A tag. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Let's go over to our login page. Okay, I'm going to just close these up. Let's just paste that in and then drag it directly under the button, so it's all styled nicely for us. And now we just have to change a couple of things. The first one is the text to say, let's say don't have an account, click here to sign up. Okay, and then on the hyperlink itself, we need to go to attributes, and obviously we need to change this to the sign up page. Okay, let's run that. We can do that by refreshing because we've just done that. So don't have an account, click here to sign up. Let's click that. There we go. Takes us to our sign up page, or we can go back again. So what we're doing there is we're taking advantage of the HTML hyperlink element, effectively, where we can just set the href attribute, and then we can tell it which page we want to navigate to, and it will work. We can also navigate programmatically within a workflow. So let's add a span in there this time, and we'll use this to navigate rather than using the hyperlink. So let's drag this up here. We'll just copy this, actually, this text, place it into the text on the span. Okay, it's a slightly bigger font so that we can see it. So then what we can do is to add a workflow on this span. And so what we can do then is to go to events. We want to respond to the click event, and we add an action. And this time, if we scroll down, we can see that we have something called go to URL under navigation. And so we can say go to URL, and this time we're going to do / and we're going to do sign up. So it's pretty much the same thing, but we're doing it programmatically rather than using a link element. So if we run that now, refresh the login page, let's click again, we don't get any of the styling because we haven't set it. We would also have to set the cursor on this one, which we'll go through in a minute. So we click that one, then we go to the sign up page. So that allows us to navigate within workflows, not just rely on the link. So let's just show you how to set the cursor on this. So in styling, what we're going to do, we're going to go here to search property, and then we can type in cursor. Okay, and then we can choose which cursor we want when they effectively hover over it. So we can click on that one. Okay, and then we can do the same thing. We can add a style on hover, and then we can say that we want the text to be blue 600, and we can add a text decoration for underline. Okay, let's run that again. So we need to go back to the login page for this. Okay, and now we can see we've got a similar sort of hyperlink there with our cursor exactly as we want it. Okay, and then we could do the same thing on there. So in this case, the hyperlink is the perfect way to do it. It just enables us to quickly link. It's something that the browsers will recognize in terms of SEO and things like this, or should I say the search engines will recognize. But if you ever need to do it programmatically, which chances are you will, then that certainly is a useful way to do it as well. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.